I call the meeting to order. This meeting is being recorded this evening. It's going out live actually, but it's being recorded. I need to know if anyone else is making a recording of the meeting. Okay, that being said, we have a few minutes before our first public hearing. So if you want, I want to talk to you, moving down the agenda. Reliant Healthcare, I had a phone call last week letting me know that there appeared to be a violation at Reliant Healthcare on Millbury Street, in that there was a small excavator observed, a small bobcat observed appeared to be replacing drain lines from the parking lot into the wetland. And so, anyways, I contacted Adam Birney to see if he could go over and take a look for me, and he spoke to Bill Coyle.
Hi, Chuck.
And Mr. Coyle had seen it also, and the two of them decided that it would be more prudent to, since it was almost finished, that they should just go ahead and finish it, although there was no filing with conservation. So anyways, Dan and I went over last evening to take a look, and yesterday, where they had dug up to replace the drain lines, had been paved. It was still radiating the heat from the pavement. And it was the funniest thing, the most peculiar thing I've ever seen in all my years. I have never ever seen anyone put up erosion. If this is your brook, I have never ever seen anyone run silk fence and hay bales across the brook. There's literally a hay bale suspended, like a bridge, over the brook.
Oh.
So anyways,
Sounds like an enforcement order to me.
Doing some good?
I don't know what possible good it could be doing.
Maybe they want the sediment traveling down the waterway.
Well, it'll just go right under. I mean, it's like
Yeah,
a bridge
that's true. It
suspended
doesn't
over the
flow,
water.
right?
So anyways, it's the contractor was Gustafson Plumbing from Worcester. And what I would ask the board to consider doing is issuing an enforcement order and ask them to file a notice of intent after the fact, as is required under the regulations.
Yeah, I would move, no question based on those facts, I'd move that we issue an enforcement order.
Second.
Any other discussion? And I mean, Dan will back me up. We saw the same, you know. All those in favor of the enforcement order?
Aye.
It was on Reliant Healthcare on Millbury Street.
No,
I know you
I'll vote aye anyway, because I
Okay.
heard most of it.
All right. I asked Sheila to whip up an enforcement order
Yeah.
for us, so you can just pass around that
I've got
signature page.
one for the Reliant Medical Group
Yeah.
and then one for Gustafson. Is that
Right.
correct?
We should issue it to both,
Okay.
because DEP has given guidance in the past that if you know who the contractor is that did the work, it is perfectly all right to issue it to both, the property owner and the contractor. Thank you.
Oh, yeah. Is that how you sign?
Yes.
Really? It's pretty easy.
Just sign as many times as I sign during the day. You
Huh.
can be as short as you can be.
Did you see it?
I did see
Oh,
it.
yeah, he was first. He was second.
Just in a second. While we still have a couple minutes, while we're talking about violations, I had a phone call yesterday afternoon from Sharon Morton from 3 Magna Vista Drive, and I truly had forgotten about following up on this. We hadn't been carrying it on the agenda. You might recall back on June 12th, we had the Mortons here relative to the removal of some trees in the buffer zone on their property. And they talked to us at that time about the neighbor whose property is actually not on Magna Vista. It's fronted on Burnett Street, thank you. And reportedly the neighbor has been doing tree cutting over a long period of time and stacking trees, stacking up branches near or in the brook, causing them to travel down the brook and clog up behind the neighbor's property. And Tom Fallon, if you remember, on June 12th, he had gone out to 3 Magna Vista to check out the site, and at that time, he had talked about the fact that he observed a neighbor cutting. So last night, Dan and I went out to the area to try to see if we could see the property on Burnett Street, because Tom had told me last night that there was a pump station. So we didn't go on the homeowner's property. We tried to observe it from the street and from the pump station. And I couldn't really get a good look at it, but Dan observed some trees that were cut, but it was hard to tell from our
Vantage point.
right, exactly how close they were, but Tom had seen it from the Magna Vista side, so I was hoping that Tom would be here to confirm that. But we need to follow up on this, and it seems pretty clear that there's been activity going on there. And we don't have it on the agenda tonight, but if the board is so inclined, one person can issue the enforcement order, and it would have to be ratified at the next posted public board meeting on July 23rd.
I
So-
can move to issue an enforcement order.
We can't take a vote on it
Oh, okay.
because it's not on the agenda tonight. We can discuss it. Sheila has to put it in the minutes, but one person can issue it. I just wanted to see whether the consensus was that that's what we should do. I don't mind signing it, or Dan can,
What do
somebody.
you guys, sorry.
I think it's prudent to do so.
Okay.
I
All right.
agree.
Okay. Dan, do you agree? Okay. Then why don't we do that, and Sheila, if you could please put that on the agenda for the 23rd so we can ratify that enforcement order then, okay?
Are you in tomorrow, Fran?
Yes, I am. My Thursdays are over.
Okay. I can stop up early in the morning if you'll have time to do it, and I can just sign.
Oh, you can just sign it now? Let me just
Oh,
sign
oh,
one
you
now.
can
and
sign-
then-
you can
yeah,
sign the signature
you know,
page now if you
I
want.
won't have to
Yep.
trouble you.
So we just want to, it's a violation, there's no order of conditions, and they need to file a notice of intent even though it's after the fact. Okay, that being said, I have a little after 7:15, so we had a public hearing scheduled at 7:15 on a request for determination of applicability. It's filed by Anita DePatti from 8 Westview Drive, and you're here representing
Yes,
that. And could we just have your name for the record?
Edward Boyce, B-O-I-S.
Okay, thank you. So, from what we understand from the request for determination, there's a dead tree or trees that need to
There's
be
4 dead trees at the corner. I took some pictures of my blackberries, if
Oh,
you'd like to
great.
see them.
fabulous.
Right at the corner of the pool, leaning towards the pool. I have it on here too. We have one 35-foot tree down from the last storm, just missed the fence in the pool. It's still laying there. It'll be removed with your permission to get these other 4 out that are leaning over the pool. They happen to be kind of on the bank of a little stream. That's what this is all about.
Yeah,
So we're trying to be proactive. You can clearly see from the pictures here that they're rotted and dead. So we want to move those 4 and take the one that's already down out. It's already, that one's already on the ground.
wow.
And there's also a dead thin one behind the shed too. And these trees are totally 100% dead. And there's lots of live trees around them. So
What kind are they, or kinds? Are they pines or?
no, they're. He told me.
Maple?
Maple, I think they're maple, yeah.
Oh, you can burn that. It's good stuff.
Yeah. I don't let them take it all away.
Okay,
I'm caretaker of the property, so.
sure.
There's one of these 4 has actually leaned more. It's going in the pool.
Gotcha.
If this doesn't happen, it's going in the pool. There's no doubt about it. So we're trying to be proactive before it happens. So there's a total of 5 trees that are up and totally dead, 100% dead, and 1 down.
Okay.
We won't disturb anything that's green,
Now, I read in here somewhere in your description that these are going to be removed by hand.
Yes.
Okay.
No heavy,
equipment.
no heavy, you can't get back there.
Right.
It's gonna go back with men, cut them down by hand. All the machinery will be in the front yard. Can't bring it through the yard. There's no way, access to get back there with it.
Yep. Okay. And you also said in your description that the stumps were gonna remain
The
intact?
stumps will remain intact.
Yep.
I guess that was kind of important for keeping the earth.
Yep, absolutely, keeping it stable.
Yeah,
Mhm.
no stump removal.
Yep,
It's all about safety and potentiality of
right,
damage,
property damage.
property damage.
Yep.
And you'll clearly see from the pictures how close they are to the pool.
Yeah, could we take a look at the photo?
Sure, anybody who wants to, you could just, it's a BlackBerry, you just flip through them like this.
Okay.
Okay, it's pretty, and some of them, you have to go like that because I took sideways so you could see the total.
Yeah,
Is the base of the four of them, the four together, it's a clump of four.
and that's like a one-day project, right?
He said it'd be in and out one day. I've had two estimates, two guys look at it. First guy didn't tell me. The second guy told me that we needed to do this. First guy was gonna come in and just do it. And then the second guy told me, you need to go to the planning board and take out a petition, or whatever.
You mean the
it's-
Conservation
Conservation
Commission?
Commission.
Go out, yeah, right, exactly. So, I'm
Now-
gonna, you know. So
I
thank God
just-
for the second guy, or we would've just been, I would've just done it.
And now, the little brook that you talk about, is that a perennial stream? Because you checked off on here that you're asking about the, work in a riverfront area, which is typically, the riverfront area is a 200-foot area that surrounds a perennial stream. Is that a perennial
It's
stream?
dry most of the time. Like right now, it's dry. It's just a little,
Yeah, so it's probably not perennial,
what do you mean by perennial?
that it runs all year.
Oh, absolutely not. Absolutely not. It's dry all summer long.
So that's an intermittent stream?
Intermittent,
Yeah,
So it's
yeah.
not considered a river?
Yeah. I mean, I walk in it.
So it wouldn't
It's
be a
dry enough for me to
riverfront
walk
area. Yeah.
totally in it, you know? Like I said, there's a 35-footer down lane that missed the fence and the pool by 6-7 feet. So it was like a warning shot as far as I'm concerned.
Yeah, you can see the tree is really not, they are dead.
And then there's a skinny one behind the shed leaning
Yep.
towards the shed. Again, that doesn't even have any branches on it, it's a stick, but it's a tree. I'm gonna take
Oh, I
that
see a
down.
clump of bog.
Yeah, and they're all dead. You see the bark is peeled off, the bark's constantly all over the place. And then the one that's leaning the most is actually, you can see it's moved. It was closer to the clump and it's starting to lean more and more. That's going down any day now.
Does anyone have any other questions?
Just a procedural one, we didn't do what you guys usually do.
Thank you. We didn't. Was there a motion to open this hearing?
Do you guys have the plot plan? I kind of drew a plot plan. She gave me a plot plan and I drew where they were on the plot plan. I don't know if that helps you at all.
We just went half a second. There was a
Okay.
motion over here to open.
Yes.
A second.
Yep.
And all those in favor?
Aye.
What's that mean?
That means the hearing's open.
We did take
It's been a long day.
It's okay.
Yeah.
Never
no,
been to one of these, so I don't know. I
He
don't
was
know.
at the table too soon, that's why.
That's why. That's what threw me.
Although I was the vice president of the soccer association in East Bridgewater for 15 years, and we used to conduct similar to this.
I'll
you
make
have
a
any
motion to
questions?
close. Unless somebody has questions.
No questions?
Not for
Yeah.
Tom.
Okay. There's a motion to close?
Yeah, and I'll second that.
Okay. Any other discussion? All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Opposed? So voted.
Who
Is there,
seconded that? I'm
I
sorry.
did.
Okay,
is there,
No.
Dan did.
Dan
Michael made it.
Yeah.
Moved, I seconded.
right.
That's right. Is there a decision? Is there
Yeah,
a motion?
I would move to issue a negative determination of applicability.
Is there a second on that? Any other discussion? All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? So voted. That means you're gonna get a negative determination of applicability telling you that you can go ahead and do your work,
Okay,
provided you
Without any-
do exactly what you...
okay. When did that come in the mail, or?
It comes by certified
Uh,
mail, but maybe you could pick it up. I don't know if she was...
If you're in a hurry, I can possibly get it done tomorrow.
Only in the fact that either the top of that one tree or
Yeah.
that whole tree is coming down.
Yeah.
It's raining tonight. It could be, that's how nervous
Yeah.
I am about
That's
that
how
one.
precarious they are,
All
wow.
right, I'll have it ready for you tomorrow, if you wanna come pick it up.
I'm really worried about that, and I got a guy ready to go.
Okay,
So, I
I'll
just,
do it first thing in the morning, probably.
if it, the one behind the shed I really don't care about, the one that's down, it's down. It's that one of the four is
Yep.
Yeah,
hanging out over the pool, and it's gonna take a nice hunk of wind or a bolt of lightning or whatever. And
okay,
that's going in the pool, probably 75% of that is going in the pool.
yeah.
So do you wanna give her a call? What time do you think you might be done?
I would think by 10 at the latest. I mean, I just get all these interruptions, that's the
Yeah.
problem.
So what would I do?
Just come right upstairs like you did here and go down to the Board of Health.
Okay,
Board
what
of
time?
Health, 10-ish? Is that okay, or-
I work 8 to 5, so.
Oh, okay. Well, I don't come in till 8.
Yeah, so
Well, you
that's
could
in
pick it up Monday, well-
Framingham.
Otherwise, it's gonna be.
Well, you can come in tomorrow and pick it up. I mean, Friday. I'm not here, but the town hall's open from 8 to 1.
No, he works
He
8
works
to
8 to
5.
Oh, all right.
8
I was gonna say
Framingham,
Monday
so
night,
the house
huh?
is 7 o'clock.
If you're gonna wait till Monday night to pick it up, because the town hall's open till 7. you
I can
might
wait
as
till
well-
Monday
mail
night.
You can wait till Monday? I mean, she can send
I
it out
can
by
mail it.
certified mail, too.
I can mail it tomorrow and you'll probably
Then
have
do
it by
that. I mean,
Saturday.
God willing, it's been this long now,
Yeah.
you know, if it
Yeah.
happens, it happens, but, you
Yeah.
know, it
Well, it has
sooner
to
the
go
better.
out, it has to
Okay.
go out by certified mail.
Okay.
Or hand delivery, so,
Okay,
Okay.
all right.
whatever you think is the quickest. I mean, you said they're open Monday night,
Monday night.
Till 7.
You'd have it by Saturday if I mailed it out tomorrow.
but certified mail I have to sign, right,
Right.
for delivery?
Well, do we
Okay.
do return receipt? I just do certified.
What if
mail.
I'm not there and they try to
It's supposed
deliver
to
it?
be return receipt.
Is it?
If I'm not there and they try to deliver it, then it would go
Then you'd
back,
have to go
right?
back to the post office to pick it up. It's probably gonna be Monday by the time you get it anyway.
Either way, I think,
Yeah.
rather than be tied up, I'll just come and get it Monday night, if
Okay.
you're open Monday night.
Yes, we are till 7.
I'll come and get it Monday night if
All
that
right.
works. And I
All
know
right.
I'm positively gonna come and I'm positively gonna get it. It's
Oh,
yeah.
not like all over the place.
All
Yeah.
right.
Okay.
Okay? That all, that
Well,
it?
if there's any
That's it.
change, you can
That's
just
it.
call the office in
Okay,
the
great,
morning and
great.
let me know.
And I thank you all. Enjoy your meeting.
Okay,
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you for coming in.
Good evening.
Good night. Okay, 235 Leicester Street.
Okay, we have to have this signed. Sorry.
Yeah. Oh, that's the negative determination of
Yes.
liability, okay. Relative to 235 Leicester Street, this was an order of conditions. You may recall we issued a denial order of conditions because we did not have the information that we needed. I don't know if there's been some kind of a misunderstanding or what, but the applicant has provided a package of corrections. And, I mean, I thought we made it perfectly clear in the order of conditions denial that she needed to file a new notice of intent. And that means a new everything. It means a new DEP, you know, copy of DEP with a new DEP file number, a new ad, a new everything.
Yep.
A new filing fee, you know, if she files a new notice of intent, you know, at the public hearing, the board may decide it wants to waive its portion of the fee, but she can't waive the state's portion of the fee. You know, the abutters are gonna have to be notified again.
Yep.
I don't know how many there were, but it's a whole new process. It's as though that first one had never occurred.
Exactly.
So, I don't know, I think we need to, she submitted a package, I think she's expecting that we're going to act on it, and we can't.
Well, I did tell her that we wouldn't be voting on anything and that she probably will have to have a new public hearing and for her to call me tomorrow to find out exactly what she has to do.
We don't give advisory opinions, all right? The fact is, as Ann indicated, we made it very clear that there had to be a new filing. What
Okay.
Ms. Holliday has attempted to do, I think, is to try to amend
Those.
the
Yep.
the NOI that we rejected, which
Right.
she can't do that. So,
No.
and just, you know, going through it substantively, I mean, there is a drawing in there for the proposed work, but it's not a plan, it's not stamped by an engineer, so it's deficient. And again, we're not in the business of giving advisory opinions. If you know, if she wants to do this on her own, it's like, you know, going to court and not having a lawyer, you know,
Right.
you're expected to know the procedure, and
Yeah.
if you don't, you take your chances. And
And just by way of information, I should tell you too that she had asked, right, I don't know, it was a week or so ago, she had asked Sheila about the, where could she find the high water mark of the pond? And she was gonna contact the water district, so I called, before I said, call the water district, I called Ken Smith, at the water district to see about this, and, and he said that he could probably go through some reports and find that information for her, and he didn't have a problem if we directed her to call him, but he told me that he was going to strongly recommend that she seek the services of a consultant to assist. I've since found out from talking to another property owner, not in this community, who is familiar with docks, and usually people take them out in the wintertime. This is supposed to be
you're right.
cement blocks plunked in the water
Permanently
with a
affixed.
wooden platform sitting on top of it.
Right.
And she said it wasn't going to be secured in any fashion, so it would seem as though it would move. The top, I would think, would come off, the blocks. So I don't really know how it's going to work, but... So I think, if she's going to, you're supposed to contact her?
Or she'll call me tomorrow.
Yeah, I mean, I don't,
I would, I think we should actually send her a letter, and I would just say, acknowledge receipt of the document, but just tell her that that she cannot correct the notice of intent that we previously considered, and that it has to be a new filing. So, I mean, it sounds like we're kind of repeating what we had already told her, but I think we just have to make that clear and just suggest that for this process, she may wish to retain a consultant.
Should we point out anything that we find deficient in what she submitted, just so that she's aware, so that if she does come back to us, we'll at least have it in writing that we received it and we went through it, and this is what we need to see as far as, just as a helpful guide to,
Well, I mean, at a
I mean,
minimum.
you mentioned the plan.
I mean, one problem is the plan. I mean, I don't know that it's proper for us to be telling her,
No.
but, I mean, one thing that sticks out is that there's no plan stamped by a PE or a land surveyor.
I mean,
Well,
I think
that's part of the rules, though, so
Right.
it's not, we're not advising her who to hire, what to hire. We're saying you submitted this, and according to the
But
rules,
on the order of conditions denial, it spelled out what was
I
missing,
understand
what
that.
was what were the deficits.
but she may think that this is something that she.
But I said a stamped plan,
I understand.
you know.
But she
You're
put
talking
her
to
in-
someone,
She-
who perhaps isn't familiar, so if we can put that in there, just
Right.
seeing that we're going over it in a meeting and it's in the minutes anyways, I don't see that.
Well, she does
we're-
have a stamped plan.
She does have a
but-
Jarvis Land Survey.
Yeah, she
copy.
stuck the dock in.
Yeah, but
Yeah, that's not
what
a
we need.
plan.
We need a plan for the actual construction.
Jarvis didn't do the plan,
Yeah,
this would be fine if this
So
was a
then you got
request for
this.
determination,
yeah.
Exactly.
but it isn't.
Then she submitted that.
So is there anything else other than a plan showing the method of construction and the like?
She's got this.
Right, but they just said that that isn't an adequate plan, so.
That's a plan that a land surveyor did, but she drew
No, I'm
on it.
talking
Well, there's
about
there's
the
another one, A&G
construction plan.
Construction Services serving Grafton.
I double-sided it. She just dropped off
Proposed dock
one.
plans.
There's no stamp on it.
Right. There's no engineer.
On the construction of the deck,
What am I missing?
No, yeah, Sheila, there's nothing on this. It just has an address. There's no
right.
stamp there.
You're talking
Yeah,
about
you
this
don't
right
need a
here, right?
stamp on the construction plans, do you?
You need a stamped engineered plan or a land surveyor's plan with a notice of intent. That's right in
Okay,
the regulations, it's right in the book.
all right. Well, I didn't think she needed one for the construction of the deck. Stamped.
She does.
Okay. Okay.
That's the project.
Does anybody object to putting that in the letter, reiterating in the letter?
No, I don't object to it. I think we just need to make it crystal clear that, we might even say that, see, what we're doing is we're saying, we can't accept what you sent to us because you have to do a new filing, and oh, by the way, what you submitted is deficient because it wasn't a stamped engineered plan. I
Or
mean, that's
maybe-
fine.
Maybe you want to turn that around and say, you're gonna need to submit a new notice of intent. And
It's
we
gonna-
received your package, and we still would point out that the new notice of intent needs a stamped plan by an engineer or a land surveyor.
That's fine.
I'll
Not-
second Mike's motion.
Not taking somebody's plan that is, I'll grant
Got a
you,
stamp and writing on it.
it's got a stamp, but it's got writing on it.
that's-
Yeah, she did it.
That's not the same thing.
No, they need to prepare the document showing the
The
project.
scope
Well, I
of work
think
has
that
to
makes
be a
sense.
certified
you.
plan.
I think that's what needs to be said. She's trying to do this on her own, and I understand that isn't the greatest thing, but
But-
she may think this is okay because they're saying it's a stamped plan. So if we can give her some help, at least, so
All
that
right,
we're
there's a
not.
motion with a second?
Yes.
Okay. Any other discussion? All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? So moved. Okay, the bylaws, how are you coming along with those? Sheila?
I have pretty much have them all completed. I was just going to go over them again.
Okay,
And there were just a few things I was just gonna ask you I wasn't sure on.
That's fine.
On your writing.
You can, if you want, shoot me an email and
Yeah.
I can correct it or go through my
Okay,
hieroglyphics.
yeah.
Okay,
Some of
Okay.
it I could read, but
I understand. Well, I warned you, if you recall.
you did.
So,
But I thought I could still read it, but
okay.
all right, Kettlebrook. I know you had asked about the specific location, didn't know if you'd been there or not.
I haven't been there yet, I just got it yesterday, so
Okay.
kind of busy.
All
Or
right.
we can go before the next meeting, or at least
Yes.
we can go before the next meeting.
Yep,
You can. If you want to go Saturday or something, I'll be around.
I won't be around, unfortunately.
Okay,
yeah, I'm not gonna be around Saturday.
all right.
So we'll try to get that done. Okay, 273 Washington Street. This is the issue. There apparently was a subsequent notice of intent to the one from 2003 that we knew about, that the applicant had told us about when he came here. However, when we issued another enforcement order, there was a filing that came out in 2008. Unfortunately, Sheila found the order of conditions on the computer, so we don't have a copy of the signed document that we issued. And the other unfortunate thing is, and it seems to be a recurring theme these days, can't find the file. So we don't have a copy of the signed order of conditions. We don't have a copy of the notice of intent that outlined what their project was. And Mr. Garland looked online, the Registry of Deeds website, and the order of conditions from 2008 was not recorded. So,
I think the way we can address this is to maybe write to Mr. Holgren and ask him to, we can tell him or suggest that a search of the Worcester Registry of Deeds website indicated that the order of conditions that was issued, or he claims was issued in 2008, has not been recorded. It needs to be recorded. And then ask him for a copy of the signed order of conditions.
along with the notice of intent,
Yeah.
since our file is missing.
Right.
okay.
And then if he does those things, then he's absolutely right. We have no basis to issue an EO. We have to vacate it.
Right.
I'll second the motion.
Okay, is there any other discussion on that? All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? So voted. Okay. Okay, we already talked about our enforcement orders. The Pappas, pending business, the Pappas rec site. I don't know if you all had a chance to see, Sheila sent it out today to you, the report from Jeff Walsh at Graves Engineering. I had gotten it actually yesterday because a copy was sent to John Rockwood, and it was after hours last night, and after town hall hours, and he sent it to me, so I saw it last night. You know, it's kind of what I expected, once I found out, that everybody was out there.
Mhm.
I basically what it says is that the detention pond, the wet pond and the two swales can handle the same amount of stormwater as the detention pond that was originally permitted and designed for that site. So Walsh is a professional engineer, we are not.
There was something in there
Yeah.
they wanted them to do as well, right?
Pardon me?
On one of the detention basins, they wanted it clean.
That was the whole issue, they don't want to clean it out.
No. The first.
He's going to clean out the forebay.
Yes,
Mr. Coyle's willing to clean out the forebay, but not the detention basin.
right,
It's
because they think
not
it's
the basin
too
itself.
risky because the stuff comes over there or whatever.
So anyways, given that we have a professional engineer addressing our question,
And they
I
have
know
to
what-
clean the forebay.
right. So what do you feel? What do you think?
Well, I mean, clearly, this is, what was built, is what was designated or designed. But we never issued an enforcement order on this, did we?
No.
Okay, so,
This is all for certificate of compliance, isn't it? Or
We've had this issue for months. This actually goes back a year.
right, it does.
Because John Rockwood, when he was doing the regular monitoring for us, had pointed out that the detention pond is what was permitted, what was designed and permitted.
Right.
What they allowed to be created was a wet pond,
Mhm.
full of wetland vegetation, full of wildlife. It's not the same thing. And if you remember, back in June of last year, we had a letter from Leonard Engineering, the town's consultant, stating that those swales and the wet pond functioned in essence the same as the detention pond. And, Mr. Coyle had indicated that they felt that they felt that they could adequately comply with the regulations and meet the stormwater guidelines with the two swales and the wet pond the way that it was. And now that we have and Mr. Coyle had indicated all along, and indicated on the site walk last week, that he'd be willing to clean the forebay. So, it seems to me that given that we have a professional engineer now attesting to the fact that, yes, they'll function the same, it kind of leaves us in a situation where I don't see what else we can really do.
Well, I mean,
Except he's gonna clean the forebay.
we could send a letter, I mean, to that effect, we could,
Mhm.
and has Bill seen this report?
I'm sure that he has.
Okay, then, well, he wasn't copied on it though, it was sent to Adam. But, we might, just say, that in accordance with Mr. Walsh's, letter of July 9th of 2013, that the Concom, will accept, a wet pond, in place of a detention basin. But, the issue comes up, if they ever apply for a certificate of compliance, they have to give us an as-built unless we waived it. I don't think we waived it,
I
did
don't
we?
think we did.
So the question is
No.
is the construction,
Still,
so technically, the as-built plan for that area has to reflect the actual conditions instead of what was originally called for.
Right, and I would imagine they would probably have Leonard Engineering do the as-built.
Yeah, and I'm not, it's not a big, I'm
Did
sure it's not a
we
big difference.
communicate that, or?
Well,
They haven't applied for a certificate of
Yeah,
compliance yet, so.
that's right. So I would just send a letter indicating that based on Graves' review, we'll accept the wet pond, or we accept the conclusions that the wet pond is essentially acting as a detention basin would,
Okay, the wet pond and those two swales.
and those two swales, and that, as long as the forebay is, the sedimentation and the forebay is removed, we'll consider the matter closed, or worse than that effect.
Okay, is there a second on
I'll
that?
second that.
Okay, any other discussion? All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? So voted. Okay. Rochdale Bridge Street.
Beyond that thing.
I
On there forever.
don't know if you just want to take it off, or, we said we were gonna keep an eye on it, but I mean, I don't know if we need to keep it, carrying it forward all the
You can
time.
always make a site visit.
Yeah. I just wanted to, I wrote myself a note here. July 23rd is the next meeting, and that's on a Tuesday, and it's going to start out as a joint session with the planning board in this room at 7 o'clock with the continued hearings for both boards on Diamond. And then when that hearing is concluded, much like the planning board did at our meeting the last time, we will be the board getting up and recessing and going across the hall to finish the rest of our regular business meeting. But I just wanted to tell you that Margaret Washburn has indicated to me that she is available for the meeting on July 23rd. The only issue is that I didn't see her quote for her peer review, and I assumed, and I know what that means, that it included one meeting, but it does not.
Oh.
So she gets a minimum of $200 to attend a night meeting, and I didn't get an answer back from her whether that is 1 hour, and she bills at her hourly rate after that. I don't know. Also, if she needs to, if Waterman Design rebuts her report, she will charge to respond to their rebuttal, which I didn't expect because Graves typically, all the back and forth is included. However, it's not, and she would bill at her hourly rate. And if we want her to, I did know up front that because they didn't have the alternatives analysis or the wildlife habitat assessment, she needs to see them in order to give a price on how long it will take her to review those. So I haven't given her the alternatives analysis yet, because I thought we'd have the wildlife habitat assessment by now, and we could give her the two of them at
And
the
we
same
don't.
time, but we don't have it yet.
Well, then there's a pretty good chance that that we're not gonna close
Yeah,
the
I
public
don't-
hearing after the next
Right,
meeting.
I don't know. So I asked Margaret if she could email me something in writing with the rest of the costs set out, so that I could provide that to Mossad, so that we could, find out if this is going to be additional funding coming from them to cover the cost. So I just responded to her this afternoon, so I don't have a reply yet.
Okay.
So I just wanted to make you aware of that. Which brings us down to minutes. We had revised minutes from June 26th, from June 12th, and I still have issues with them, so I don't know, but June 26th, did you just pass those out tonight?
Yes, I did, and I just redid June 12th
Right,
this afternoon from what you had given me.
yeah, but there's things that I gave you that aren't on there.
How about March
Really?
27th?
I didn't look at March 27th, to tell you the truth.
You had given me some corrections on that end, which I did complete.
Okay. Oh, that was the one that I had written all over.
Yeah. And here's the one, this was the one that you had written all over, and I had made those corrections.
Okay.
On the 26th, you still don't have the attendance.
I
The
don't.
26th, she just passed out tonight.
I know,
Oh,
but
and I
I'm still
didn't
not-
have,
I think we
oh,
welcomed
I'm
you.
Oh, you didn't list him again?
sorry.
Hold it. I thought you was welcomed.
I was.
No,
That
you
was
were
on
welcomed
June
on the
12th.
Yeah, but
Right,
then, but
and
then
then
the
she
next
forgot him on the
meeting he was.
26th.
I still need to be sure.
I'm sorry.
Welcomed him and then she forgot
Gee,
about him.
that's nice. Gee,
Minutes of June 26th tonight.
out of sight, out of mind apparently.
That's all
I'm
right.
sorry.
June 12th.
All right.
And I had sent you some other corrections on this.
Well, then
I
you-
have June 26th and June 12th. You don't have one for June
Monday.
26th? Well, I'm sure Sheila can get you a copy, because I don't
Really?
think
Yeah,
we're gonna
we
be able
just
to
got
vote on
those
this
in
anyway.
the stack.
check that.
There's actually one over here, probably. June
Corrections
26th, just one
from-
page.
So your preference is to just carry these to the next meeting?
26.
Oh, June,
Okay.
I'm
What
already,
are you
if you
gonna
wanna,
have?
that's June 26th. If you wanna accept the March 27th one, fine, but,
I went over the March 27th one.
That was in the
I'll
packet.
it was in the
Mail.
packet.
I've got it.
Yeah.
Alright.
I think it's,
Did you have an issue on March 27th?
no, actually I
Oh,
didn't.
I have
Louise
a,
does.
Ahead of the meeting or something?
first line on the back page,
That one.
Michael Scott stated, I think we should say Miss.
Overly dramatic.
Are we on March 27th?
Yes.
What do you wanna say, Mr. Scott instead of Michael
Mr.
Scott?
Massad,
Oh,
instead of just last name.
That's right.
oh,
Yeah, that's kind of
Alright,
useful.
Although it's actually, it's not Mr. Masad, it's
It's
the
the
actual,
family.
it's the LLC. You can change it, maybe we should defer on this.
It has to be something, so just You don't know what Masad is, I thought it was a
No,
person.
it's
It's
the
the applicant.
Like
LLC.
their
Facade
last name,
Family
that's
LLC.
Dinah's last name.
And we could just change that to the applicant.
Okay. So I change Masad to
But even
the
before-
applicant?
Yes, but even before then, on the first page, third line from the bottom, it says the relocation of intermittent stream, 500 square feet, mitigate bank and any new bank. It's,
Yeah, it's just kind of a fragment.
doesn't make a lot of sense.
Mhm.
Okay, I'll fix that.
Well, then I guess maybe we need to,
Yeah, I'd say defer.
all right,
And,
we will get these in order for the next meeting and be done with it.
Okay.
It's going on a while.
so we're still not doing March 27th then?
I think we're gonna work on it some more.
Polish it up.
So everywhere there's Masad, you want me to change that to the applicant?
I'm just saying, just so there's no confusion.
Okay,
Or put in Masad Family LLC.
Or do you
okay.
wanna put in Dine?
Well, the applicant's Masad Family LLC, so I suppose we should put that in.
Okay.
All right, does anyone have anything else?
There's no miscellaneous, oh, we already discussed
Yes,
miscellaneous.
Yeah.
I'll forward it.
All right.
Okay.
Bring up it.
No,
No, nothing else?
Make a motion to adjourn, Madam Chair?
Is there a second?
I'll second that.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed, so voted. Thank you.